The Frequency space was highly designed. It had chip blend epoxy flooring throughout the lab spaces, as well as a multitude of different colored concrete caps throughout the corridors and common areas, including the lunch area. And in this particular application, we had to do the typical preparation and priming of the floor, placement of concrete caps, but we did something a little different for us, and a couple of things. One was we applied terrazzo strips to demise different colored concretes, and we colored the concretes differently from how we have before. Instead of topically applying the dyes to the concrete, we applied them integrally. So we actually mixed the dye liquids with the concrete so that the concrete is colored throughout. And the difference really is you don't get quite the variation in color, highs and lows, that you do when you topically apply, but you do get a very consistent and I think beautiful result. Here we're applying the terrazzo strips that not only demise the color but set the depth of the floor for us. And we were able to keep very sharp and distinct lines between the colors. We also noticed that the darker colors look very nice as compared to some of the lighter colors because it disguises the uneven nature of aggregate exposure, which is not only a problem for polymer concretes, but it's a problem for real concrete. When you grind down, you expose concrete aggregate that is here and there, not necessarily throughout. Before we put any concrete to the floor, it's the same prep work. We grind the floor, patch anything that needs repair. We apply the primer with sand, and then we apply approximately 1/2 inch of concrete. Here we do it within the boundary of the terrazzo strips. We'll typically seal this floor up with an epoxy urethane system in areas that would get exposed to or potentially exposed to food products to make sure we don't get any staining through the floor. The scope of this job was over 6,000 square feet. It included a lunch area, a lobby area, elevator lobby, and access corridors to the lab areas. We used 4 different colors of concrete, including natural, and 2 different blacks that contrasted with each other as if they were gray to black. In the end, we were able to execute a beautifully designed floor system. And again, we don't design these floors, but we enjoy installing them because when this is done, it's a beautiful presentation. And in this case, we were able to apply the proper top coats that I think are going to service them for a very long time.